Hey everybody, what's going on? Wes with Focus to Media. We just got back from our trip out to Yellowstone and the Grand Tetons. And during that trip, I was utilizing this Synco wireless lav set. Now this is a budget set I purchased off of Amazon. And the reason I purchased it was because my DJI mic set was not due to come in until after we had left. In fact, this was delivered the next day that we left for the trip. So I was really glad that I did order this, because I'd sold my Rode Wireless Go systems in anticipation of buying this. And if I had not bought this kit, this Synco G1 to bring with me, I would have been relying solely on my shotgun microphone, and it would not have been anywhere near as versatile as I needed for these traveling vlogs. Now, all in all, this is a pretty good kit, and I don't want to extend this out too long. I just want to give you a brief breakdown of whether this kit will work for you or not. The kit is built well. It's got a very nice rubberized texture, and it's kind of almost exactly the same size as the Rode Wireless Go's are, okay? It's purely analog, meaning it doesn't have any monitoring screens, and that will be one of the main setbacks that I will mention to you, things to consider when buying this kit. So it's very simple in that you just simply hold these power buttons down on either side. You'll get a blue light that indicates they're powered on. When they're plugged in, you'll get a green light next to the blue light indicating they're charging. Now, they take about an hour and a half to charge, and the packaging says you should get like 8 hours out of it. The way I utilize these during the day with vlogging is I would charge them overnight. I would have them ready to go in the morning. I would put them on the camera and put them on my jacket or my collar, and I would basically leave them on all day. Because I was doing vlogging, I'd be doing a few minutes here, a little response there, some B-roll here, and I wanted to make sure that I didn't forget to turn them on and then find out that I had no audio. So that said, what you need to realize is that because you're not able to monitor the life of the battery, you really don't quite know when it's going to turn off. And what you need to understand is the receiver here generally dies before the transmitter. So you may have the transmitter on your shirt and be monitoring it on your jacket and see that you've got a blue light here. And even you go to press record and you're checking your audio levels, you have audio, and then midway through the take, you'll look back after the take and realize the audio cut out because the receiver died. No warning, no beeps, no buzzing, no nothing. At one of the campgrounds we were in, I started doing some fun narrations, Ninja Warrior style, and halfway through the take, the audio cut out. That happened to me quite a few times actually throughout the trip. And so what it ended up doing is making me reset the camera, redo the take, re-narrate the bit, whatever it may be, which can be super frustrating when you're trying to shoot on the go. You want to know that your unit's working. And so first main big drawback is that you cannot monitor the battery life. The other thing I want to bring to your attention is that this does come with some good accessories, okay? It comes with a wireless lav microphone that plugs into the transmitter. I did not utilize that. I simply utilized it by clipping it onto my collar like so. And it does come with a wind muff or a dead cat or whatever you want to call it that clips onto the end of the microphone for windy conditions. However, the design is pretty poor. You kind of got to rock it in on one side, then click it in on the next. And if you bump it, it'll fall out right away. It kept dropping on the ground for me, so it's really not usable in the field. That said, audio quality and audio transmission seems to be pretty good. I could get quite a bit of distance. I mean, as far as I would ever want to go as far as keeping transmission line clear and actually keeping the audio level going, it worked fine. There was only one instance when we were outside of Yellowstone where I went down a bank along a river and then I went behind the rock. I'll show the video right here. And it's at this point right here where I go behind the rock that it starts to cut out a little bit. Once I came back into view and I was 50 yards away or 30 yards away, it worked fine. I didn't have any issues with distance as long as I didn't try to test it to its utmost limit. But for practical vlogging uses where you're narrating a scene and moving around, it worked fine. It was super reliable. Again, build quality is good. I mean, it's really robust. It feels good in your hands. It's got a nice texture. It worked really well. It comes with a nice case. Everything fits in the way it should be. The USB-C charging cable is really nice design. It's a singular USB plug-in, and then it splits out to two USB-C. So you can charge both units off of one cord at the same time, so it's keeping track of one cord instead of two. Other than that, guys, those two negatives, the non-ability to track battery life and the poor design of the windsock or the dead cap, for a budget kit, this is a nice little kit. I mean, it worked good. It turned on, it had really good battery life. It would take about an hour and a half to charge, and you could get about 8 to 10 hours of it using it between idle and just live, live recording. So if you're using it in a vlogging, run and gun situation, fine. Just beware that once you get past that like 6-hour mark, you may want to stop and charge this thing, because at that point, it's kind of anybody's game. You have no idea when it's going to cut out on you. So unless you are okay with the idea of having to go back and reshoot takes, once you find out that the audio cut out on you because the receiver died, then you definitely want to monitor that. Or maybe you look into the G2 version. I understand there's a new version of this from Synco, the G2 version. Maybe they've added in some kind of battery monitoring system, and that would be a great improvement. Anyway, guys, if you're looking for a budget kit, this was about 86 bucks. It worked great. If you want to spend a little bit more and get the Rode Wireless Go singular kit, that's like 130. At least you've got the audio and battery monitoring. If you want to spend some good money and get an all-in-one kit right now, I am definitely recommending this DJI mic setup over anything. The size-wise, I mean, look at this. This is the size of the Rode, and this is the size of the DJI mic. And it's amazing. Plus, you've got a clip, and you've got the ability to use just the magnet so you can conceal it behind the shirt and put just a magnet on the shirt. And you've got the kit that it comes with that automatically charges and syncs it when you plug in. And each one of these units has the ability to transmit wirelessly while also recording on board. Now, for wedding filmmaking, this is my go-to for wireless. I'm still gonna use my Tascam DR10Ls because they're tried and true, and they'll just record for ages. But for some nice wireless setups, maybe for additional speakers, if they're at tables and they're not coming up to the head table, or if you've got two people in an interview vlog situation where you're both playing off each other, that's an awesome, awesome feature. If you're looking to spend just a little money and you need to get just what you need to make basic vlogs, this kit will do you just fine. Now, that said, if you're looking for the links of any of these items here today, check the links in the description below. These are affiliate links to Amazon, but understand, all of these items that I've listed, I personally own. None of them were given to me. I wasn't sponsored any of these items to do a review and exchange. These are all purchased as a freelance wedding filmmaker and YouTube vlog maker, based upon research from online articles and other YouTube videos, and taking the recommendations of other professionals in the field. They're tried and true. I've used them all myself. I use them on a regular basis, and I believe in these products. They're reliable, they get the job done, they produce a high level of quality in the end result. So you can feel confident that I'm not just spamming you a bunch of garbage just to get a commission off of it. These are all things that I've bought, I've spent my hard-earned money on. I do believe in spending money on good quality items. If I can't afford the absolute best, I will pay for the absolute best that I can afford. And in many cases, that's a wonderful product. I mean, products today are so competitive. The quality on most of them are up to par because they know if you get branded as a piece of junk manufacturer, you're done. So everybody's competing on a really high level to begin with. But there's always those tiers of excellence. So if you need any of those items, if you're a freelance video maker or wedding filmmaker and you're trying to build your kit for the first time, or maybe you're always looking for upgraded gear that will make your life easier or give you more functionality, then check out those items in the link, including this DJI mic. It might be a little bit hard to get right now. It took me about 3 months to get mine back ordered. This one is available and it's shipped really quick. If you need a quick fix for now, 86 bucks for this guy, definitely use it. I mean, I wouldn't even hold my breath. The few quirks that it does have, as long as you're paying attention to what you're doing, you'll have no problem. So that's my review of the Synco G1 wireless lavalier set. Definitely good to go for a budget buy. All right, guys, we'll see you on the next budget gear review. Till I do see you, keep learning, keep growing, and of course, keep at it. We'll see ya.